It was good.
But it was cold.
Good evening, welcome. Pam, could you please make note that everyone is present? And welcome, yes, Ms. Quintanilla, welcome back. You look
Thank you.
healthy. Dr. Graham was already bringing a mask for all the coughing that was going on in that corner. Let's see, we got roll call. Oh, is Chief Ramirez still in the room? Would you mind leading us in the pledge, Chief?
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you.
Let's see here. No. Okay, just in order.
I know.
Session
Said you
approval.
were sick.
Item 1.4, approval of minutes. Oh, none. We don't have minutes in the last meeting. Item 1.5, welcome guests and staff. Everybody is welcomed. Mr. Smith, it's always a pleasure to see you.
Chair, before we begin presentations, I'd like to acknowledge a couple of folks. Dr. Diane Troyer and Dr. Jan Lidden are both with us today. They are Achieving the Dream coaches. South Texas, El Paso Community. Somebody's talking about me in South Texas. El Paso Community College is a round one Achieving the Dream institution, and we've been very fortunate to be led by both Dr. Troyer and Dr. Lidden. Much of the success that we have achieved at El Paso Community College is a reflection of their leadership and guidance as we've headed forward in Achieving the Dream, then Completion by Design and Texas Completes, and now through the Guided Pathway. So we're and as you know, Dr. Troyer was one of our commencement speakers. So do want to acknowledge both of them for being here and thank them for all the work that they've done on behalf of El Paso Community College.
William, I believe the doctor is a former El Pasoan, right?
Dr. Troyer started her career as a little girl at El Paso Community College. Her and her husband were both founding faculty members. We recruited them from Nebraska, and they came to El Paso while Dr. Troyer left and continued her career. Daryl stayed until he retired from the college. And so they went back and forth between Baltimore and El Paso, between Houston and El Paso, and still have many roots here in El Paso. So it's always good to welcome her home.
Welcome again. Thank you so much for being here this evening. Okay, under open forum 1.6, Dr. Handel, would you please come to the podium?
Driving here, I stopped on it.
Guy's a good-looking guy. Wears his hair well.
Welcome, doctor. You
so
have a
much.
presentation for us this evening.
Thank you so much. I just come from the hospital. I apologize for this, but sometimes you have to. The purpose of my presence here is threefold. The first one, to thank you, and thank Michelle, Houston, and James for the kind support they have given to us in having a summit for children of El Paso this Friday, the 22nd. The Summit for Children is something that to me is very dear and very important. We're going to give you more students in college eventually, but basically we all know the problem that we have in El Paso: poverty, difficulty in upward mobility, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. I can go an hour on that. But basically, James Hackett, the Nobel awardee, became a friend of me about in 2003, 2004. He received the award, the Nobel Prize award, because of his work on children, saying if we invest $1 in a child, it will be equal to investing 17 on a 17-year-old kid. And the difference will be that they will be much more productive. So basically what I'm trying to do is I created a consortium for children, and there are 45 agencies in El Paso that work with children in different capacities: school, teaching, education, mental health, healthcare, et cetera, et cetera. And we considered discussing that over a year now, that a summit for children would be the right thing to do. So we could have around tables discussing early childhood, mid-childhood, and late childhood adolescence, and trying to determine what the problems are. So we're going to have a charrette-type presentation in the morning for health and mental health, then followed by one on education, and we'll continue in the afternoon after lunch with a presentation trying to find solutions fit for El Paso, but maybe copying some other examples around the country. I think we're going to have a lot of talent. We have 180 people. We were supposed to have 150, but we have 180 RSVP already, and we're very excited and very enthused about what's going to happen with this encounter. I want to thank Dr. Fierros because I tried communicating and his kind time to allow me to present this problem, and thank you more than anything else of what we're trying to do. And I was wondering if you have any questions.
What time is the summit on
The
Friday?
summit is going to be all day Friday. It's going to start at 8 o'clock in the morning to 3 o'clock in the afternoon. And any of you, of course, is more than welcome to attend. It's going to be here in the auditorium. We're going to have 12 tables, and we're going to discuss, like I said, early childhood, 4 tables, mid-childhood, 4 tables, and adolescence, 4 tables. And we're going to try to discuss as much as we can. We did it in such a way that really is innovative. We're going to have people from education, mental health, and health in the same table. So we're going to have the perspective of all angles. The problem that we have sometimes is that people in education talk to people in education, and health talks to people in health, and we're trying to find the perspective of everybody around to find out exactly what can we do and how you look at it. You're in education, I'm in health, how we look at the same problem. So we have assigned questions, a question in health and mental health, and a question on education for each of the tables, so that we don't fall into the trap of repeating and repeating and repeating, because always in charrettes, people on different tables, they ditto, and the same thing. This time it's not going to be different. This time we're going to have a specific question for every table, and they have to really dissect the table to the detail and come up with the real problems within the problem that we gave them. So it's going to be an interesting event. We're going to start with breakfast in the morning at 8 o'clock. I have 2 keynote speakers. One is Emily Sarkowski. She's the director of CHIPS and Medicaid Texas from Austin. And the other one is Cesar Blanco, well known to all of us, our representative. And I think if you want to achieve something after a few years of seasoning, you come to the conclusion that really what's going to really end up happening is that you have policy, and policy needs to be implemented at a legislative level sometimes to really make reforms that will last and will be permanent and really changing. Although I believe very strongly that change can be local as well. So we're going to share eventually an agenda, like a roadmap for children at different ages, that we'll share with you all. You are all leaders, with the community leaders, with the leaders in the city. I made a presentation yesterday to the county. I made a presentation last week, and County Judge Veronica Escobar has been very supportive as well. We are actually, the meetings of the consortium are held at the county building. So we're very excited about that.
Dr. Ando, do you have an agenda for Friday's event?
Absolutely, absolutely.
If you want to get it to Pam,
I'll give it to Pam.
she'll
Give it
send
to you,
it to,
Pam.
yes.
Of course.
She'll distribute
I'll
it
give
to
it
the
to
board,
you.
and
I'll
I know
give it to all, to
Judge
everybody.
Haggerty is interested
Absolutely.
in attending,
Absolutely.
so thank you very much for your
Thank
time.
you so much. Do you have any
other
questions?
questions for Dr.?
I think, I would like to point out, one of the things about the initiatives is also the character of the leader. And I want to point out that on a personal level, I know Dr. Handel, and I know him from 2 aspects. He has been a tremendous leader at his medical institution, but I know him as a military officer. He's an officer, and he has done tremendous duty as a patriot. I don't know if you retired, but if he didn't, did you retire? Congratulations. So he's a retired military officer, so he's a patriot in addition to being a dedicated servant to helping the community.
Yeah, I've been 40 years in El Paso, 40 years, and I served in the reserves, and we served together, and a great man. Thank you so much. Appreciate it.
Thank you for your
Thank you so
leadership, and
much.
thank you for your service.
Thank you.
Is there anyone else wanting to speak under open forum? No one else is signed up. Okay, under presentations, 1.7?
Item 1.7, presentations by individuals, groups, and organizations. Item 1.7.1, Mr. Keith Townsend, Director of Forensics and Theater Artistic Director, will provide an update on the EPCC Intercollegiate Team's national results for the year.
Welcome, Mr. Townsend. We can always count in April. Our taxes are due, and you come up here and tell us about your great team and all the national awards you won.
All righty.
Welcome back.
Good evening, Dr. Serrata, board members, and cabinet. It is good to be back. We got in last night at about 11:35 from our final national tournament. So I just want to do a quick recap of the year, which we always do at the end of the year, so that you know what's actually happening with our team, since we are the face of the college out there in academic competition, competing against colleges and universities throughout the nation. This year, we had 31 students who participated with us on the intercollegiate forensics team. We did 2 full team tournaments where we actually chartered bus to go out to San Diego to 2 of the swing tournaments. Then we had our A team, which by second semester got us down to about 14, 15 students that had qualified for the national tournaments. Throughout the year, we won 186 individual awards, 9 sweepstakes awards, 5 swing tournament sweepstakes awards, which means that on the weekend where there's 2 tournaments, we actually won both the tournaments and was the overall team. These tournaments also were not community college tournaments. They were university tournaments where we competed against universities. Our National Forensic Association qualifications this year, EPCC qualified 97 events to the National Forensic Association tournament. We did not take that many events because it would have cost us a lot of money. We took our top 20 events to that tournament. And then AFA qualification, which is a much more in-depth qualification process, we qualified 30 events. Which is almost unheard of for a community college, and it's very difficult to do even as a university, so we're very proud of that. At the Pi Kappa Delta National Tournament, EPCC was the top community college in individual event sweeps, and we were the national champions in Readers Theater. In the final round of Readers Theater, we competed against Harper College out of Chicago, and we beat them on, I believe it was a 3-2 decision of the judges. So it was a very close round. We were very excited about that. Then at the AFA tournament, once again, we were the top community college, which is 4 years in a row being the top community college at the American Forensic Association tournament. That was held in Gainesville, Florida, at University of Florida. At the Phi Pi tournament in California, first place individual event sweeps, and then second place overall sweeps with everything. So we felt very good about that because we were competing against all of our community college friends throughout the nation, and that is one of the largest tournaments in the nation because it involves all the community colleges across the board. We know that debate is one of the areas that we're really working hard at recruiting. We had 2 debaters this year that did an extremely good job with us. And we have 5 debate teams that we have recruited in that have signed with us for next year. So we will have a total of 6 debate teams next year to help round us out, to make us, we're very strong in the performance studies aspect, but debate, we're a little bit weak on that. We should be very strong in debate next year, which is what we're searching for. And then final tournament, which was the NFA tournament that we just got back from, we were the top community college at that tournament. So overall, we really have had a very good year, and we do thank you for the support that you give us here at EPCC. Looking on to next year, and I'm going to bring our assistant coach up. We actually hired an assistant coach this year, and I thank our administration for helping us get that done. Joel Anguiano actually was a student here at EPCC with us. He was a national champion in his own right, and we've hired him as a full-time assistant coach working with us. And so part of Joel's duties are to actually do the recruiting. And one of the things that I really enjoyed reading about in the paper after last month's board meeting was when one of the board members, and I can't remember which one it was, talked about that recruiting needed to be something that everybody in the college needed to be involved with, and we totally believe that. We have a very good recruiting program for our performance studies area, which includes not just the intercollegiate forensics team, but also the theater program here. And Joel sort of heads that up. So I'm going to have him talk about the recruiting going on and how many students have actually signed on with us officially for next year and how many people are waiting in the wings to see if we're going to be able to bring them on also. We're going to try to bring everybody on that wants to come and be part of this program. So Joel, let me turn it over to you.
Good evening, Board and Cabinet. Like Keith introduced me, my name is Joel Anguiano, and I'm now officially the assistant coach here at EPCC. There are 2 awards that were failed to be mentioned by Keith, mostly because of his modesty. At the Pi Kappa Delta tournament, Keith was actually honored as the recipient of the John Derry Berry Award for Forensics Coaching Excellence, which is awarded to one specific coach every single year. And at the Phi Rho Pi Community College National Tournament, he was actually awarded the Collie Taylor Fellowship Award for coaches, and that was nominated by the awards committee. And so I think we have to give him recognition for that as well. Speaking specifically to recruitment and to our efforts to get more outreach out into the high schools and out into the community of El Paso, EPCC's Forensics Performance Studies team has actually worked in conjunction with the Academic Decathlon competition on the high school level, as well as the UIL academic meets that occur in the spring and the fall, as well as the CX competition for speech and debate, and most of the TFA state tournaments for all of the speech and debate students throughout the city of El Paso. We've actually worked in conjunction with workshops with the UIL 1ACT play coordinators and the directors for most of the high schools. And so this year we've already signed on to our program. We have 19 returning students from this year that'll be competing as second-year students. And the incoming freshman class officially right now is sitting at 31 students, with 47 that are still waiting to get a call back from me to have a formal meeting so that we can either agree to bring them on the team if we have space, or to see if it's going to work out for them to be here at EPCC. On top of that 47, there are an additional 20 that are still waiting to have all of their paperwork processed to come here to the college and to finish and to do their performance studies degrees here with us at EPCC. And you can see some of the students here behind us are members of our team, but we have a couple of students here that are actually incoming freshmen from the high schools as well. So we just really wanted to give you that update also.
Thank you. Thank you very much. It's always a pleasure for you to be here. Now, Mr. Townsend, you're going to introduce your team and the students before you leave, right?
Yes. Guys, if you want to stand up, the team. This consists of students that were on the team throughout the entire year, our national competitors, performance study students.
Would you mind if they introduce themselves?
That would be great, because I'm old and the mind sometimes doesn't work real quick. I know their first name, but their last names I may mess up on. So guys, if you want to just come on up and then just announce who you are, and then maybe walk up and shake the board's hand, go ahead and do that. One thing I'll say as they're walking up here, Joel and I are extremely committed to bringing on as many students as we can. We do believe this program is very important for our El Paso students, where a lot of times people think that one of our greatest areas of opportunity is communicating in English language, and that's what we do. And so it's really neat to say we're from El Paso Community College, and we're winning communicating with the English language. So we are absolutely committed to bringing in as many students as we possibly can for this program. So go ahead, guys, introduce yourself, and then go on up and shake the hand.
My name is Angelo Madrigal. I am a second-year competitor for the team here. I was also part of the national team, and I have been made an offer to go ahead and transfer out of this program into the program at the University of Alabama on scholarship for their team to go ahead and compete for them.
Congratulations.
Angelo's also a team captain, so well done.
Sorry for my voice. It's a little tired. I was part of the national team. We were competing for about a month or so I'm a little tired. But my name is Sean Patrick Diaz. I am a second-year competitor. I'm also one of the team captains along with Angelo. And I will also be continuing my forensics career at the University of Western Kentucky. They have offered me a scholarship to continue and complete my degree there at Western Kentucky University.
Hello, my name is Albert Jimenez, and I am an incoming freshman from Burgess High School starting in the fall semester, and I'm very excited to start this program. So.
Sure. You're in college, huh? Just an incoming freshman.
Congratulations. Good luck.
Good afternoon, board. My name is Sabaz del Toro. I am a first year going on to my second year. I was part of the national team out there competing on these 4 national tournaments. I'm on to my second year. I'm also a team captain here at the EPCC forensics team. So I'm just trying my best, and I've been offered some, I'm offered to, anyway, hi.
My name is Pedro Colon, and I've been in the program for about a month now. I was recruited by Mr. Joel, so I'm looking forward to my first year here at, underneath the program with EPCC, so thank you.
Good afternoon, yeah. My name is Javier de Laos. I'm a second year competitor. I was not part of the national tournament, but I did went to tournaments, and I was part of this community for 2 years. And hopefully I'll be accepted to the UT Austin team in a couple of weeks. So, yeah.
Those docs, you know.
Good afternoon, board. My name is Larissa Reyes. I am a first-year competitor. I'm going to come back for the second year, and hopefully I'll be able to do great things with the team and our wonderful coaches. Yeah.
Hello, my name is Salvador Cervantes III, and this has been my first year, and I'm going on to my second year, and it's been an honor to be a part of this team, and I'm a theater major studying to be an actor, and we just finished a show called All My Sons this past Sunday. Thank you.
Good afternoon, board. My name is Diego Jeremy Oropesa. I am also a first-year competitor here on the El Paso Community College forensics team. I am also one of the captains and was on the national team, and I'm proud to say I'm glad to be on this team.
Good afternoon, board. My name is Sarah Curtis, and I'm an incoming freshman from Chapin High School. I'm very excited to start work with this team, and I count it as an honor to continue my speech and theater career with amazing people like Joelle and Keith. So thank you for your time.
Good afternoon. I'm Crystal Gomez. I am a first year here at EPCC as well as the forensics team. I'm going to go on to my second year. It's been a really fun year and exciting, and I'm part of the theater program as well. I'm studying to be a theater major, so that's fun.
Hello, board. I am Eric Canales. I am a first year, a captain, and I will be returning this fall for my second year. And yeah.
Hi, my name is Luis Valdez. I am a first year, and I'm going to continue forensics in my second year, and I'm also a captain, and I was actually part of the national team, and the person that you're shaking hands with is my duo partner, and that's it. I'm sorry.
I'm too short, I'm sorry. Hello, my name is Ana Miramontes, and this was my first year in the team, and it's gonna be the last one because I'm graduating on May, but I had a really, really nice time here. Yeah.
Hi, everyone. My name is Jessica Melendez. I'm a second-year student here at EPCC. I graduate hopefully this summer. And I was offered to go to Concordia University at Irvine, but let's see what God's plans are.
Hi, I'm Diego Alberto Martinez Ponce Leon. I'm a captain of the EPCC speech and debate team. I'm one of the 2 persons on the debate team, and Mr. Townsend actually asked me to mention, excuse me, that the EPCC speech and debate team got to semifinals at the Pi Kappa Delta National Tournament. That's both universities and community colleges. So that would make EPCC home of one of the top 4 debate teams in the nation of all community colleges and nations, and universities. Sorry. Thank you.
Hi, everyone. My name is Jaime Sotelo. I am going to be a second-year student, and it's been an honor being part of this team, and I'm very excited to see what's to come of next year.
Hello, I'm Christina Marquez. I'm a first-year competitor. I'm going to be a second-year student this coming fall. I'm also a team captain and excited to see what this year has to offer. Excited to see the road ahead. Thank you.
They hop around in those tall heels. They hop around in those.
Something that I forgot to announce also, in our program with our forensics team, it is part of the performance studies area here, which includes the theater program. A lot of the success that we've had this year actually has come from our theater curriculum coordinator, and he's one of the persons who actually directs with us, and that is Professor Matt Smith. He works with our students also. He goes to tournaments and judges for us also, and so he's been an integral part of the program, which is what we have been looking for since I started here, having a colleague that was going to be able to look at a different aspect of the program, and he's actually brought in a new set of eyes, which I think really helps shape and help round out the performances that we are doing out there at the nation. So I did want to actually recognize him as one of our coaches also. So do you have any questions? Or
I do. How many years you been here now? At least
16.
20. Huh?
16 years.
Is there any way you can come back and give us a presentation on students that have gone on to the
Oh,
bright
yeah.
lights or whatever they go on to?
I sure can.
And let us know how they're doing after EPCC.
Absolutely can do that for you. Okay.
Mr. Townsend, I cannot thank you enough for all the great work you and your team do. You have and great students. Thank you again.
Thank you all very much.
Congratulations.
Item 1.7.2, Ms. Cheryl Bowman, Chair of the College Improvement Committee, will introduce Mr. Joshua Villalobos, Geology Professor, who will provide a presentation concerning the 2015 Campus Improvement Plan for the Mission Del Paso Outdoor Learning Area at the Mission Del Paso campus.
Good evening, members of the board, Dr. Serrata, and cabinet. First of all, I'd like to add my voice of congratulations to the outstanding success of our students and Mr. Townsend. We are so proud of you. My name is Cheryl Bowman, and I am the chair of the College Improvement Committee, formerly known as District IE. As part of our committee's support of Dr. Serrata's initiative to tell our story, Mr. Joel Villalobos, geology instructor, to provide this presentation on the Mission Del Paso Outdoor Learning Area.
Thank you for the opportunity for me to talk a little bit about what we have done at Mission regarding our campus and our students. Does this, okay, there we go. Okay, here we go, great. So in 2014, I wrote a grant to the Buddy A. Davidson Foundation. They are located out of Waco, Texas, and so they have helped me through many initiatives here at EPCC as well as other organizations around El Paso that I am part of. And so they've actually contributed in 2014 a grant of $27,000 for us to construct an outdoor environmental education and awareness program at our Mission campus. One of the reasons I wanted to implement something like this is because Mission did not at that time have anything for the students to really do outside, unlike other campuses. And so I wanted to provide an opportunity for students to do QEP projects, community service projects, and other activities at the Mission campus. And so the proposal that I wrote to the Davidson Foundation included an outdoor classroom that was going to be built at Mission, a student gardening area so we can have a community garden as well as a garden for the students to work in, and a natural trail that highlighted our local geology and desert plants that I can incorporate into my geology classes. And so this yellow box right there in the slide illustrates the area that we used. So this is an area that was currently not being used and was not part of any future development. And so in April 2015, this is what the area looked like after we received the funds and all the paperwork and the bidding processes went through. The area now looks like this. So the top part is going to be the main educational center. The bottom picture right there, that is where the natural trail is. And so now it currently looks like this. So this is the outdoor educational area. So you can see somewhat in the background the benches, and it's been landscaped, and there is a chalkboard out there for instructors to give classes. And then the bottom area now looks like this. And so it is highlighted with our local plants and some of the local rocks around the El Paso area that I can utilize inside my labs. Inside the actual learning area, there is in the back the student garden area, and so that is currently being developed thanks to campus improvement funds and Nick Fernandez. There is the classroom right there with the chalkboard, and so classes have currently been taught there this semester for the very first time. And then there's a performance and demonstration area, and so there were some faculty who wanted an area outside for their students to present talks or skits, and so this is an opportunity for them to do this outside. So one of the things that we've been able to do is utilize this area for QEP projects as well as other projects for students to get involved at their campus. And so this is a shot of some of my students who actually did the planting for the plants in the natural garden area and helped me collect some of the local rocks. The bottom picture is some students from the psychology classes that are using the campus improvement funds to actually do the landscaping on the inside and also complete the garden area that you can see on the right side right there. So this is some shots of my students actually using the natural garden area as well as the rock formations there, and these are some classes that are currently being taught out there when the weather is conducive for that. So I just want to take this time to thank the Davidson Foundation for providing EPCC with this phenomenal grant to allow us to do this for the Mission campus, as well as the Campus Improvement Committee to gave us the funds to add on to that. My dean, our grants office, Rick Lobato, and the physical plant employees who helped push this along and get it expedited. Psychology professor Nick Fernandez, who applied for the campus improvement grant and is currently getting his students to work on that this semester, and the phenomenal students and staff at the Mission Del Paso campus. Thank you.
Thank you for all your work. It looks like a great facility to be used by the students and for your teaching.
Great, thank you.
Really looks nice.
Item 1.7.3, optional presentations will be made by the presidents of the Classified Staff Association, the Professional Staff Association, the Faculty Association, and the Student Government Association.
Trustees, Dr. Serrata, yesterday I received a message from Dr. Ramirez, and unfortunately she had a death in her family, and she will not be able to attend this evening. She'll be attending a wake. So our thoughts and prayers are with you, Dr. Ramirez. Anyone else? Okay.
Item 1.8, communications, none. Item 1.9.
Under item 1.9, I want to move that to after executive session. But I'd like to take the opportunity to welcome Mr. Pearson. Thank you for being here this evening. And make one more comment. On Friday, the Lucy G. Acosta Humanitarian Awards will be presented, and one of our very own, Ms. Robles, is one of the honorees. So I just wanted to bring that to everyone's attention. Congratulations, Ms. Robles.
Thank you.
Item 1.10, Board Reports. Item 1.10.1, Treasurer's Report, March 31st, 2016. No action is necessary. Item 1.10.2.1, President's Report. Dr. Serrata will update the Board of Trustees and audience on recent events that have transpired at the college.
Chair Fierro, members of the board, always a pleasure to bring you up to speed on some of the exciting events that are occurring on each of our 5 respective campuses. First, let me acknowledge once again Mr. Keith Townsend and his team for all of the awards. The college continues to be incredibly proud of you. Thank you for all your efforts and the impressive work. Our students are very fortunate to have such a great mentor and coaches now. Very proud of the team and all the continued success, and we continue to wish you the best and look forward to your updates and to you continuing your winning streak. No pressure. For all the new students. April's Community College Month, and the college received a proclamation from the City of El Paso on Tuesday, April the 5th. Chair Fierro was able to attend and receive the proclamation on behalf of the college. The County of El Paso will present a proclamation on Monday, April 26th at 9:30 at the County Courthouse. So board members that are able to attend, please do that. April 25th. Thank you, Ms. Solis. Good point. Also, during Community College Month, I've had the good pleasure of presenting at town hall meetings at each of the college campuses. I will visit the Northwest campus tomorrow at 9 a.m., the Valle Verde campus on Monday at 2 p.m., and we will conclude the town halls at the Mission del Paso campus on Thursday at 10 a.m., all of next week. I, along with trustee Mr. John Uxer Jr., attended the Board of Trustees Institute in Santa Fe, New Mexico. We're joined by Mr. Smith, who's kind enough to join us as well. And really, this was March 31st through April 2nd. The discussions really centered around where the field is headed, and that is very much on guided pathways. As you know, the El Paso Community College is one of 30 institutions that was selected nationally to participate in the guided pathways program. I am handing out a one sheet at the suggestion of Mr. Uxer Jr., a very good suggestion, to give all of our board members a one-pager description of what creating pathways for student success and what the guided pathways through the American Association of Community College will entail. The top is the one page, and then we have additional information behind it, who the national partners are. This is a 3-year endeavor. There are 6 institutes that will be held. We have now participated in 2 of those institutes. The first one was in San Antonio in January. Chair Fierro was a member of that team that went. This most recent one was April 14th through the 16th that was held in Washington, D.C. We are limited to the number of participants, so we can only send up to 7 participants, and they are incredibly prescriptive on who has to attend. But we are certainly excited about creating guided pathways for every student. Effective fall of 2018, every student that enrolls at El Paso Community College will have a default pathway in their particular degree plan of suggested courses, whether that be full-time students, whether they be day students or night students or weekend students, part-time students, all will have pathways as we move forward. As dual credit enrollment continues to grow, communicating with our internal faculty and staff and external partners is vital to the program's success. The Instruction and Workforce Education Division held a successful dual credit forum this week on April the 18th with more than 120 participants in attendance. School ISDs including El Paso, Isleta, Socorro, Clint, Canutillo, San Elizario, and Anthony participated. UTEP, as a key partner in the dual credit and early college high school initiatives, were also well represented at the forum by Dr. Cindy Georges, the Dean of the College of Education, who addressed the group as well. Many thanks to the EPCC Dual Credit Instructional Committee, continues to put on this great forum each year. That's Sue Selk, Oscar Macedo, Helga Carrion, Melissa Esmacher, Diana Williams, Amy Harris Johnson, Sotero Ramirez, Kathleen Bombach, Grace Haddocks, Margie Nelson Rodriguez, and Mary Beth Hahn all participated. Special thanks to Sue Selk, speech professor and dual credit instructional coordinator, and to Claude Mathis, Dean of Communication and Performing Arts, for their great work and coordination to ensure our faculty, staff, and partners are engaged as well as informed through this forum. I was notified late this afternoon that Denise Franco, former El Paso Community College student and Tejano Tribune editor and current UTEP transfer student, as well as EPC student Ebony Norris, were competitively selected as scholarship recipients by the Public Relations of the Southwest, PRSW, and were recognized during the organization's April meeting along with EPCC Mass Communication faculty member Lisa Elliott. So congratulations to them. We're happy, and I'm extremely happy, to announce the construction of the architecture building at the Valle Verde campus has begun. The 19,796 square foot, two-story building was designed by Alvidres Architecture Incorporated. Bain's general contractor has been hired to complete the project. The building, which is scheduled for completion in spring 2017, will enhance an already successful partnership with Texas Tech University College of Architecture and promote easy transfer for EPCC architecture students. Funding for the building is provided by the Department of Education HSI STEM grant and was supplemented by revenue bond proceeds, which this board authorized to move forward with. A groundbreaking ceremony is scheduled at the Valle Verde campus for Thursday, May the 12th at 11 a.m., and we'll get more details that will come forward to each of you soon. Our early college high schools continue to stand out across the nation. As I've said, there are other parts of the state and nation that have more early college high schools. There is no other part of the state or nation, to my knowledge, that have more successful early college high schools. On May 24th, our Mission Early College High School, part of the Socorro Independent School District partnership with us, will be receiving the 2016 National Excellence in Urban Education Award at the National Symposium on High-Performing Urban Schools in San Diego. The well-deserved recognition is based on the school's remarkable accomplishments in academic proficiency, to include achievements by students with disabilities, English language learners, STEM education, attendance, advanced placement, dropout recovery, and graduation rates. Congratulations to Mr. Jason Long, the principal at Mission Early College High School, and our faculty and staff who contribute every day to the success of our early college high schools and the students that we're privileged to serve. Dr. Julie Penley is the dean and liaison for that particular early college high school. Commencement is right around the corner. It will be held on Friday, May the 13th at the Don Haskins Center. We will have two ceremonies, one at 2 p.m., one at 6 p.m. We have sent you details of that, so we look forward to your attendance. Our commencement speaker is Miss Sally Hurt Deach. Sally is the market CEO for the 4 hospitals of Providence in El Paso and has been a great friend to the college, and we have as a great role model, Burgess graduate from the area. And she continues to be a great partner as we move forward with Skills Development Fund grants and work together on different initiatives. So we look forward to Sally joining us. Finally, it is a real distinct pleasure, and I was fortunate that 5 of our board members were able to attend, and I know the other 2 were with us in spirit. But we found out that we were one of the 4 finalists for the Student Success Award, the American Association of Community Colleges Student Success Award. So as one of the finalists, 4 finalists, we received this finalist award. I'll send that to my left. It's heavy. At the conference in Chicago on Monday evening, so just over a week ago now, we had the award ceremony. This was the last award that was provided, and I am very happy and proud to say that El Paso Community College was selected as the 2016 Student Success Award recipient. And so a real kudos to the Board of Trustees who sets that vision, a laser focus on student success, to the faculty, staff, and administrators at the institution that execute that vision every day. The commitment and passion is unparalleled. And so we're certainly proud that we are the 2016 Student Success Award winner as awarded by the American Association of Community Colleges. And that concludes my report, Chair.
Thank you, Dr. Serrata.
Item 1.11, consent docket, which includes items 3.2 and 8.1.
Move to approve?
Mrs. Robles.
Aye.
Mr. Uxer. Ms. Solis. Mr. Haggerty.
Aye. I don't want it to fall.
Mrs. Quintanilla.
Aye.
Dr. Graham.
Aye.
Mr. Fierro.
Aye.
Item 2.0, administration, none. Item 3.0, personnel. Item 3.1, full-time institutionally funded actions.
Motion to approve item 3.1.
Second.
Mrs. Robles.
Aye.
Mr. Uxer.
Aye.
Ms. Solis.
Aye.
Mr. Haggerty.
Aye.
Mrs. Quintanilla. Dr. Graham.
Aye.
Mr. Fierro.
Aye.
Item 3.3, information items, no action required. Item 4.0, financial services, there's none. Item 5.0, physical facilities, none. Item 6.0, curriculum and instruction. Item 6.1, consideration and deliberation on the acceptance of a grant award from the Texas Workforce Commission in the amount of $481,813.
Move to approve. Second.
Mrs. Robles.
Aye.
Mr. Uxer.
Aye.
Ms. Solis.
Aye.
Mr. Haggerty.
Aye.
Mrs. Quintanilla.
Aye.
Dr. Graham.
Aye.
Mr. Fierro.
Aye.
Item 6.2, consideration and deliberation on entering into a contract with the El Paso Community Foundation and El Paso Festivals Incorporated to produce and present Viva El Paso for the 2016 season.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Any questions?
When does the season start?
June 2020.
Before you start selling tickets.
Well, I was about to do that.
Good. Is there somebody there to?
Just wanted to let you know we're excited about this. The season will start early first week of June and end first week of August.
Oh, great.
Right prior to the Plaza Classic Film Festival. No plug.
Thank you, Ms. Pearson. Pam, the question?
Let me add one thing. What we are asking, I think, Steve, is for the board to approve this, but it's contingent upon the president negotiating the final terms and then also to permit him to sign the agreement. We don't foresee any difficulties, but
We're not putting any money up, are we? It says here that they're giving us $150,000.
yes.
That's correct, Mr. Hagan.
Indirectly, they
So
are.
why do we have to worry about what they're going to negotiate?
Because, well, now that you mention it, and we're here in front of God and everyone, there, as usual, there are some concerns, although concerns that cannot be met and satisfied, dealing with the employment of the people who are going, the actors, the dancers, all the persons necessary to stage this fine production. And so the college wants to be sure that these persons are retained in a manner which will not expose the college to unnecessary liability.
We're not going to use students to do this?
You're going to use students, you're going to use walk-ons, you're going to use people from auditions, and
I would imagine a handful of Haggertys, too.
No.
North.
yeah, put on your dancing shoes.
Pam, I'd like to amend my motion. I want to add to there, directing the president to negotiate with the community foundation and
other parties.
and other parties.
Other necessary parties.
Okay. All right, any other questions? No? Okay.
I have a
we-
question,
oh.
Chair. So is this, we're approving it, but is it subsequent to the president negotiating, or is, I mean, we've already approved it, right?
No, we haven't voted yet.
No, this is part of that motion, I believe, if I heard it correctly.
Contingent upon the president directing.
Yes.
Or finalizing the contract.
And this needs to be done as quickly as possible, so.
That's what I'm worried about. You get lawyers involved, this could take thousands of years.
But we
Pam, we're
we
ready for
hold the
questions.
lamp to guide the way.
Mrs. Robles.
Okay, before I vote, we're voting on approving, and you made it contingent on the president negotiating with the foundation on the agreement.
Correct.
Aye.
Mr. Uxer.
Aye.
Ms. Solis.
Aye.
Mr. Haggerty.
Aye.
Mrs. Quintanilla. Dr. Graham.
Aye.
Mr. Fierro.
Aye.
Chair, I'd like to commend Mr. Smith and his leadership, Mr. Townsend and his leadership. Obviously, Mr. Pearson, thank you so much for working so closely with us. We don't anticipate any real glitches in moving forward. So certainly want to thank each of you for all the efforts that you put into this, and we look forward to a successful partnership.
Before we move on, how long has Viva El Paso been performing up in the canyon?
13? Like 3 times.
We can't hear.
38th, yeah.
I was in
We're
high
looking
school
forward to
when I
the
saw
40th year.
Brian.
Item 6.3, consideration and deliberation on the acceptance of a grant award from State Farm Good Neighbor Citizenship Grant in the amount of $18,000.
Move to approve.
Second.
Mrs. Robles.
Aye.
Mr. Uxer.
Aye.
Ms. Solis.
Aye.
Mr. Haggerty.
Aye.
Mrs. Quintanilla. Dr. Graham.
Aye.
Mr. Fierro.
Aye.
Item 7.1, consideration and deliberation on the approval of continuing education tuition rates for new courses.
Move to
Move to
approve 7.1 and 7.2.
Second.
Questions? Mrs. Robles.
Aye.
Mr. Uxer.
Aye.
Ms. Solis.
Aye.
Mr. Haggerty.
Aye.
Mrs. Quintanilla.
Aye.
Dr. Graham.
Aye.
Mr. Fierro.
Aye.
Let me read item 7.2, consideration and deliberation on the approval of continuing education tuition rates for revised courses.
Ed, we're still voting, Ed.
Chair, let me also acknowledge, I failed to acknowledge and totally did not mean to, Dean Claude Mathis was instrumental in working with Viva as well. So thank you, Dean Mathis.
Executive, please.
The Board of Trustees may conduct an executive or closed session pursuant to Chapter 551 of the Texas Government Code for one or more of the following reasons. 1, consultation with its attorney to seek or receive legal advice or consultation regarding pending or contemplated litigation or for any purpose authorized by law. 2, discussion about the value or transfer of real property. 3, discussion about a prospective gift or donation. 4, consideration of specific personnel matters. 5, discussion about security personnel or devices. Or 6, discussion of certain economic development matters. The board may also announce that it will go into executive session on any item listed on this agenda if the subject matter is permitted for a closed session by provisions of Chapter 551 of the Texas Government Code. Any vote regarding these items shall be taken in open session.
Oh, you look so oh, hello. Oh, yes, I was going to give you this so you can give it to somebody over